Hello everybody, welcome back to HBM mod. It is the final set of coils, and then we'll be making stuff. I want to get this done fast, so we're gonna do this video very quickly because this is the last part of the particle accelerator. It's done, and then we're able to make stuff. Awesome. But first, we gotta hook up all these fellas with some cable, and I don't know whether it'd be smarter to put it on the top or the bottom. Probably on the bottom, but I don't really have a choice now, do I? I'm gonna have to do it this way. Why? Because why not? I think you can actually put them on the bottom. So, I mean, if you want to do that, I mean, I probably should put them on the bottom, but I put them on the top instead. So, I mean, that's kind of stupid, but it is what it is. It takes 10 giga HE for one operation in this thing. So, this is overkill for most products. Basically, what I'm saying is we use too much energy to make the simple things than we actually need with this. So, what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna hook this cable up, and then we're gonna start making the first recipes, which is gonna be a capsule, or capsule if you're British. Anyway, capsule is what we're gonna need to make. If you're wondering why I probably should have put the actual plugs on the bottom, is because the plugs connect to these things, and well, I mean, it's a lot more cabling if I do it this way, but also, which I mean, we shouldn't really be concerned with cables. We just built the big particle accelerator. Cable costs shouldn't really matter. It's not about the cables. It's about the actual fact that it destroys the wall stack. Anyway, that's the main reason. Come on. I know I can get this. Why is it gotta be so hard? Why is it gotta be so hard? Oh, got it. There we go. That was actually it. And I saw that it connected, so that's a bit too high, but that's fine. I mean, that gives us some extra... No, we're not wasting our plugs. How much energy? This takes so much energy, dude. How much energy is that costing us? That's costing us, actually not that much. Did it take any energy? How much energy did it take? It took like one battery worth of energy, I think. Which is a lot, but not too much. I mean, considering these guys got a bunch of energy in them, might be time to turn on the fusion reactor to get some of that energy back. Because that's a lot of energy that just went inside of the big machine. Do we even have enough lithium to turn on the fusion reactor to make it worthwhile? If we need energy, I'll turn on the fusion reactor, but I think we'll have enough energy as is. Yeah, no, we don't have enough lithium for any of this, so, I mean, if we need the fusion reactor for energy, it's gonna have to be with reserve power, because that's all we've got left, is reserve. We got like a little bit of tritium in reserve ready to go. I mean, I'll get it turned into plasma. That way we don't have to worry about that part. Okay. So the next thing, the final thing, which is the worst part, is gonna be... No. Actually, the particle capsule. So this is an empty capsule, and you can see here, there's a bunch of... Actually, let's just jump up to the fusion reactor and see what recipes it has, because that will be more than... likely what we're looking at. Our recipes, it's on circular mode, so what recipes you got? Alright, so there's antimatter, which gives you the anti-shrubbidium plus antimatter gives you anti-shrubbidium. What? That doesn't make sense. Y'all know, I'm not a good question. It's not supposed to make sense. We need to do hydrogen and the other thing, which will happen soon. Let us see what it needs to make a strange quark, which is a muon, and dark matter. So how do you get dark matter? Is 2 anti-shrubbidium capsule, which you can make with just anti-shrubbidium, which we don't have enough antimatter to make that, I don't think. So we'll have to do it this way with the antimatter. We'll just make a bunch of these guys. That's what we need to do. So we are at the point where what we're gonna need is tungsten, steel, and a bunch of other fun stuff. Which is so exciting, isn't it? Well, I mean, kind of. There's our steel plates. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, we only have to do this a couple times to get to different tiers of materials. Notably, there's... Whoa, what is that thing? How do you make this? A Ludus quasi-particle. I think it's definitely makeable, but probably a secret recipe. So I don't know about that one. But, let's see... Do we have any glass? We don't even have glass. What are we doing? Make some glass. This is the problem here. We don't have the materials we need right now. Actually, that was the problem last episode. Perfect! I got some of these for hydrogen and copper. So we're going to do the hydrogen and copper one first, which, I mean, you can make... I guess we'll go ahead and type in capsule, because that will take us to all of the different things. This allows you to make a singularity, which is important. There's also a bunch of other stuff, which this is all dangerous stuff, and what you need to do with it is contain it, prevent it from becoming dangerous, just store it somewhere. If it's gonna be dangerous when you drop it, put it in a crate. You know, that's kind of the solution to most problems, is to think smarter and not mess up. How much does that cost? It costs about 1,000 for each one. Dang, we don't even have enough antimatter for that. But we'll have enough for making some Higgs bosons and stuff. I mean, hydrogen is what we need for that, right? But we do need to test it, and there is a test material known as chicken. Unfortunately, I think all the chickens died, which is kind of bad, considering the fact that I do need the chickens. Because, I mean, I just need the chickens. So if all the chickens are dead, how on earth am I going to make chicken nuggets? Which is probably a waste of the test, but you need to test the thing to make sure it's actually functioning. Because if it isn't, then you're going to have some huge energy problems. So, I mean, it's going to cost energy to do the chicken nugget test, but I'm sure we got some chickens, raw chicken in here somewhere. Maybe. Nope. 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 Okay, you know what? We're just going to go with it as is. Forget about the chicken nugget test. It's not worth it. Antiproton and positron go together to make the antimatter capsule, which is what we're going to need a couple of for making anti-sherbidium capsules, and we're going to need to make them. So how do I make the antiproton and positron? I make them with copper and that thing, and it takes 900 power to make those, which is actually really easy. You don't need one as big as mine to make those, so... Which mine is 45 blocks long, all star metal coils, almost, which is actually ridiculous, and not even necessary. I just built this thing so big. It just does, this is not even, wait, what? Oh, I need those. Of course. It's always gotta cost those. Dang. So, then, we are running very low on these. And of course you can dupe these, but no, I'm not doing that. It's not worth my time. I'd rather just do it this way. I don't have the infrastructure set up for producing the chlorinated wax or whatever it is that you need for that. That's some whack stuff. I'm not going to waste my time on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these, which will leave us with 2 if we need lead. I'm a little scared. We only have 6 shots at this, and we need to actually have, well, we only have 4 shots at this, so we better make it count. And we better make sure that these are on the correct way. And how far does this need to go, by the way? Because is this linear? I'm pretty sure this one is linear with the anti... Yes, it does. So I guess like that. Was that linear, or was it the other way? It's linear, I think. Circular looks like that. Linear looks like the other thing. Yes, it terminates at the end. What is this? Not enough charge. Huh? That's wrong. Wait a second. Okay, maybe it's like this one. I think that's what it is. That should power it. 10 GHz, a lot of energy to throw away. Let's see if this one is gonna work, or if it's not gonna work. Because I mean, come on. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's just working. It's working. It's working. It's working. Dude, what? Not enough momentum. We hit 1,000,000 momentum in the linear mode. Does it work in circular mode or no? What happened there though? Cause that was weird. That shouldn't have happened. No charge. Did I run out of charge in the actual batteries? No, that doesn't make sense. Let's turn on the fusion reactor. Huh, that's weird. That's weird. That is so weird, dude. That doesn't make any sense. Because this worked yesterday. I think what it needs is actually to have another one that's like 10 million HE or something. Because I think it's actually bigger than the other one I made, which is weird. And it did hit the actual coil strength required. So, I mean, I'm running on circular mode. No charge. Position. Okay. I don't care. Let's just go ahead and move this one a bit. I think that's the problem. They're not in the right spaces, which is weird because yesterday it worked perfectly fine with them being in completely different spaces, but then again, it was a completely different design almost. Well, to a degree different. It was slightly different, but not completely different, so there's a kind of a difference there. This should work this time. Let's see about this. This is it. This is our last chance, so it better work. Hopefully it does. Expect to hear a ding. Are you kidding me? This should work. And of course it doesn't tell me where it needs to go, which is weird. So, I think a giga HE is about what it needs extra, and then I move the 10 giga HE from one of the big ones over to one of the small ones, and then that will cover the entire thing. Why? I don't understand why. I think it's just slightly bigger than it's supposed to be, and we're using even less powerful coils in some sections where, which that should be fine. It shouldn't cost as much energy, which is weird, because it should just work if it doesn't cost as much energy as the other design would. So we're gonna make this one cover maybe the computer, and we're gonna make this guy into I guess 100 million HE, I guess. 1 giga HE will do it. We'll do the computer section, and then, yeah. Okay, it's basically ready to go. All I gotta do is turn it on. Yeah, ready, go, please, work. Yes, work, please, do it. Yes. It's gonna be no charge. Oh! Oh, yes, yes, yes. Now, positron and antiproton are next. So we take these guys, the positron and the it just needed 1 more giga HE, which is weird. I honestly don't understand why that is, but hey, it's just what it is. So to make an anti-strontium, you need to take those two and combine them. Antimatter, or antimatter hydrogen to get the muon. Which we need to have. I guess we take the anti-strontium and the muon to make a dark matter capsule. And then to get to the strange quark, you need to have a muon and a dark matter. Okay, so to make a muon, we're going to need to take antimatter. Let's go ahead and make a... How do you make a antimatter capsule in this thing? Because that is pretty interesting. Antimatter. This guy, right? We need to make a antiproton and a positron and combine them. Okay, so I don't need to do anything stupid. And I don't want to drop this once I make it. Or actually, I can drop this one. It's not a dangerous drop. It would tell you if it is. Which is weird, because I think it should be a dangerous drop, but hey. Antimatter and antimatter go together. Or we can do antimatter and hydrogen, and that's linear mode. Again, I don't have any hydrogen left, because we wasted some. Alright. So, the way I see it, we've got 2 more shots at this, with our ionized particles. I'm going to turn on the fusion reactor now, because we're low on energy, and it would probably be a good idea to get that up. I think that's going to help a bit. Yeah, look at that, 9.9 million HE. Perfect. And that guy's going to be running for a little bit, getting our energy up. But, let me check the coils. Are the coils actually on this guy perfect? Yeah, they're all charged, so... I mean, we're not low on energy, but we're running out of energy if we keep doing this and keep failing. So, I mean, we're going to need to make another antiproton thingy. Another pair. So, let's go ahead and make that for more antimatter. We will be able to make another, yeah, we'll be able to run both of these through here. Let's turn that off before we do anything. It's on linear mode. Yep. And, just fire. I need to make 2 of them. So, perfect. How's the energy looking on these? Perfect. Ready to fire again. That'll make the next antimatter pair. Perfect. And then it's time for the final batch of antimatter, which this should be all of the antimatter we're going to need. I don't want to drop any of that because it looks like it could explodicate. So that is fine. There we go. One of those is gonna go through the machine to make the muon. So we're gonna need this thing. And then the other one is gonna go through the machine to make the anti-rubidium. And then we'll combine them for the dark matter, which is amazing. Making anti-rubidium needs to be on the circular mode, while making this needs to be on the linear. I'm going to switch it back to linear and finish off that guy. This one costs, looks like 900 to make a muon, 2000. Actually, that'd be pretty easy. I think most people will be able to get that. And that's a hit. Bing. And then this one needs to be on circular mode. That's a hit. Yeah. Awesome. And then I'm going to take those two to make a dark matter caps. I need more antimatter. Uh-oh. Well, I'm glad I'm running the fusion reactor then, because I'll get some ionized particles from that. Perfect. Look at it go. And how is our energy reserves doing? Because they are probably dead. If I'm gonna be honest, yeah. We're out of energy. We're actually out of energy. And every reserve is out. So that means only these guys remain for our energy. Okay, I think we're covered on energy. We got 75 giga HE down there. Plus, we got whatever's in the reserve of the other things. How are these guys doing? I think these guys are doing fine, right? Yeah, they're not making too much waste. So I don't need to worry about them running out of energy. Okay, so even though we have an energy problem, we should still be fine to do the linear mode and get the final batch of antimatter that we need for completing this. I could use the cyclotron for the antimatter, which would be actually cheaper and a better option. And there goes the fusion reactor. We are out of lithium, which means I need to shut off the machine. We just need even the slightest amount of lithium to go in the machine, and that alarm will go off. So if I just run one of these guys through, it should be fine. I'm running 10 through there, and that will shut it down. We still got a little bit more time on the power reserves for it, so that will be fine. This guy's got 3.15 gigs. Yeah, that alarm will shut off eventually. Yeah, it's a bit of an issue, because I don't actually have a switch that can turn that one off. That one just stays on. Even if I had a switch, I couldn't switch it off. I'd have to redesign the whole thing, which I'm not going to try to do that. That's a bit of a pain. And this thing will still have a bit of energy in it, so I'm pretty much fine on that. But it's been annoying that we're gonna run out of energy. Okay, that's gonna be bing. And another one. Just 60 giga HE, out of the machine. That was the particle accelerator, wasn't that? We just ran out of energy in this thing again, didn't we? Yeah. Dang it. Well, we're not gonna have enough energy for today to actually complete this, which is kind of bad, but it should be fine. I'll get it back in no time. That's the problem, though, is that you need a fusion reactor for this thing, for sure. You can't run this with just an RBMK. Like, once you get to that point, you need a fusion reactor. Also, what the heck? Why is this not working, dude? It's taking forever, because it's got nothing in there. It's got, like, the worst one ever. That thing's practically out of energy already. Okay, well, I see what the problem is. I think we can solve this problem by just happening to move half of this over to the other thing to make the thing shut up sooner, because that alarm is annoying. And, well, then we're done. That's everything. Thanks for watching, and next episode we'll finish up. Hopefully, because then we'll have more energy. Which I probably need to start getting more energy banks here.